All right, hey Leo. So I'm doing a new read, and this is going to help clear out conscious and subconscious blockages or bring them to light so you guys know how to kind of channel through some less than desirable feelings and emotions that we hold on to. So you're going to know this is your read by your energy and how you feel about love. And again, it's to help you develop self love. A sense of self and esteem when it comes to relationships around you, romantic, friendships, family, and all that other good stuff. All right, so let's just go ahead and dive in and see who I'm talking to. If this doesn't resonate, check those other placements, you guys. These have been beautiful reads. All right, so Page of Swords coming through. I feel like you could have been dealing with somebody or people around you that are kind of all talk and no action. Okay, the Tower card is like, I kind of feel like you are coming through. You are seeing light at the end of a tunnel after a bad spell. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like sudden, something with you and your energy. It doesn't matter what scale. Something sudden happened, something negative happened. All right, to you, and it's like the Wheel of Fortune is bringing the positive turn of events on the situation. For some of you guys, it could be that you've been stuck in some really low energy for a long time, and that Page of Swords is like that delayed beginning. It's coming, but it's delayed. You guys are feeling the energy turn. You're feeling the situation turn. You're stepping out of the Tower, moving into the Wheel of Fortune, and you're like, finally, I feel possibly sensing peace within you. Okay, so let's see how you feel about love. How you feel about love. All right, so Leo, we have the Knight of Coins. So when it comes to your love life, things could be moving quite slow, quite slow. And here's what I'm going to say. We got this Three of Cups coming through. So some prominent energy could be that outside influences stick their nose in your business when it comes to love. Could be the most recent situation. It could be that you weren't chosen. It could be a third party situation. But you're definitely healing from it. Definitely healing from it. And you know, the Three of Cups doesn't have to be, crappy, cheating, lies. For some, it could be, but this right here, it could be any outside influence kind of coming through and kind of ruining the dynamic for you when it comes to love. It could be your family. It could be your friends. It could be work. It could be that something is just preventing you from getting from obtaining your fulfillment. We have the Knight of Coins, and this actually came in the upright. But this is somebody who's a wounded warrior, has the tendency to be a wounded warrior. But again, you're healing, you're coming out of the wounded warrior state of mind and stepping into the Knight of Coins. This is somebody who has high assurance of self. And this is somebody who does like to make things happen. And this is somebody who is all about success. All right, no matter what happens, no matter what life throws at you, you heal from it. You're healing. And you know, if you've been single for a while because of a situation that really ended pretty nasty, you're definitely healing from that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull conscious blocks to see what your conscious fears are, your conscious blockages. This is what you're aware of, so you will resonate with this. It could be coming up because maybe you're applying it to one person and there's other situations that come through. So it could be applicable to more than one situation. We have healing family issues coming through. All right. And this right here, you're going to know. I don't feel like I have to get too deep into this card. But healing family issues. So as your conscious fear, your conscious block, it could be that people stick their nose in your business that have nothing to do with it. It could be that people, your sister, your brother, your mother, has a tendency to go behind your back and say things to people that have your heart, that have your love, and kind of ruin the dynamic. This right here is, I kind of feel it's more strongly coming through with people, relatives, family sticking their nose inside of business. So maybe you've had several relationships, maybe one or two relationships that have failed because of a family member stepping in. All right. And this right here is basically what I want to say is if you're on no speaking terms with this person, the way we kind of heal is we forgive between ourselves and God, ourselves and our higher self. And we forgive that person and we forgive ourselves for holding on to that. And then we move forward. Okay. Conversely, you also are going to want to channel through the times you've done that same thing. All right. And forgive yourself for doing harm, to a situation. This right here is coming through because it's something that weighs really, really heavy on your heart space when it comes to your own romantic relationships. You got express your love as a conscious fear, as a conscious block. And this could be what I want to say is you guys in the past, you could get really attached to somebody to where it comes off as some sort of codependence. And it's like, but I wouldn't be myself if I didn't express who I am. And this could be where you point to, so what I want to say is, for somebody who's here, you might date people who are really not good at, it's like they're very independent. They don't want to be hugged and kissed and loved on 24/7. They don't express love very well. And you could be that opposite. Okay. And it could be a factor, but I almost feel like this is like something that you could be overthinking. Like if you just meet somebody and you're pouring your heart out to this person and it's only been 3 weeks, it's like, I'm not the type of person to hold that shit in, and this could come through as some form of where you feel like it's backfiring. But what I want to say with this right here is I don't want to tell you to hold back how you're feeling. And if you've ever thought that you should hold back who you are when it comes to how you express love, then you're giving it to the wrong people. So that might need to be, and what I want you to do with this card right here and this energy is, basically don't go back and apologize to these people that may have felt you were codependent because you're expressive. But this right here is, I feel, forgiving yourself for maybe even letting people kind of impede on your love language. All right. This right here, if you guys don't overly express love, maybe the lack of interest has caused connections to kind of disintegrate. Not the lack of interest, but the lack of expression has caused situations to disintegrate. Maybe somebody moved on past you because you are not good at expressing yourself. And that's where it's time to open up that the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral. It's time to kind of do an opening so that you're balanced in all of those aspects. And then we have very soon coming through as a conscious fear or a conscious block. Maybe love isn't coming. Maybe, somebody's not coming back. Maybe you had high hopes and expectations that something was going to work out. Okay. This right here too is clearly deciding what you want so that it comes to you. It could be too that, with this right here, you guys could have decisions that may have impacted or affected a relationship. You decided that you wanted something and maybe it was the wrong thing. Maybe you had a choice between two and you chose the wrong one and it's eaten at you ever since, maybe I was too hasty. Maybe I didn't give this a chance or an opportunity. You're going to know how that card sits with you. But I feel like very soon is coming through and it's about decision making, decisions of the past, decisions that you've made or people that didn't choose you, and maybe holding on to that. All right, so let's see what the subconscious is holding on to. Okay. So, all right, here's what we got. We got Triumph of Light. Wow, this is a lot of heavy energy. So with Triumph of Lies, subconscious, this is something that maybe, and I feel like as soon as you see this, you're going to know what the card represents to you. But this right here is dealing with maybe people who've given a false sense of identity. Think about back in the day when you were young and, you slept with somebody and they went and spread it around school. And you denied that, or maybe it was the opposite, and people are denying you. I feel like this right here, Triumph of Lies, it's not going to stem to sexual past relationships, but this right here is severity, I feel, at its finest when it comes to a liar, a manipulator, a cheater. And this could be something that you've seen mom or dad do, brothers, sisters, something. Maybe you've even held on to a secret and it's just done nothing but eaten at you. And maybe you could have prevented something by uh, explaining this, and it could just be that you're like, how come I'm always calling in these liars, these thieves, these people who just kind of sit there and abuse the system of love. This is stemming from your subconscious. So there's been some deeper, it's not just what you may have witnessed nowadays, but this is something really deep. And it could be too that you got fears coming through, especially on that family dynamic. All right. You're going to know how this resonates. And it could be too that, for whoever's coming through, if you are somebody who's very, very expressive, if you know your love language and you've given that, it could be that you had somebody very near and dear to your heart that you met that could have kept you a secret. All right. You were somebody's secret. Kind of going back, I don't know why I keep getting those school days, but so, in public they're hiding from you, but in private they're all over you. That kind of energy can really stick with us, you guys. We also have parasite coming through, and the first thing that I kind of thought when this card came through, it could be an incurable or curable STD that came through. And this could be something that you've pushed back, that was super embarrassing. It could be too that you have energy vampires, and you got people that have just kind of sucked the life out of you. All right, with parasite coming through, I look at this. I mean, these are all negative cards right here, but this is somebody who's just completely eating at your energy in all ways. And this right here is, I almost kind of feel like it's it's not incurable, to your heart and your headspace and to who you are. But it's almost like, there's something inside of you that you have just let, maybe it's eaten at you and you've pushed it so far down. You are having a hard time even playing this out, or remembering. Um, with parasite coming through, I just kind of feel like somebody's eaten at your the core of your light, you know. Um, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about with this card, this is where I would tell you, set an intention to meditate on this. Why is this hitting you? And if you're kind of getting teary eyed and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then it could be that there's something resonating with you in that aspect. Meditation, prayer, ask for that situation to come to light. And then we have Downcast Pride, which is almost like this is somebody who's lived like in the background. This is somebody who feels like they are an embarrassment, like they're not good enough. They're the underachiever, the underdog. This is somebody who, it's like this card's actually can come out on a few different reads, but I just kind of look at this as somebody who's, it's like everything that you've been through with this card. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it, and I don't want to say what just popped into my mind, but with this Downcast Pride, this is somebody who's, to me, it's like, in this instance, in this read, it's like, it's shame, it's guilt, it's not good enough, it's everybody else, and their projections of you and how you are and who you are, and this is carrying like a lot of negative energy. It's almost like believing in what, it's like people believing in what they heard, but it's almost like if they're saying it, if they're doing that, then it must be what I deserve. It must be true type of energy. So, and with that Downcast Pride, that card, it's the root of sadness and grief. It's deeper than the skin, and the only delusion is the gray sky. Survival is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of subtle but constantly constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it. All right, as we strip day by day our dignity in order to avoid conflict with a world that would spread us apart, how can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility or through a hidden core of identity. All right. It's almost like somebody's just walking around in shame with what's kind of transpired. So you're going to know again how that energy connects with you. And this is what we're releasing, you guys. This is what we're praying for. This is what we're asking for help with so that we can come into the best version of ourselves, to call in the best version of love. So your advice, look at that. You guys have rewards and completions coming through. For those of you who follow through with this, and you can start to kind of work on these blockages and release pen to paper, the full moon. You got the magician card coming through with your spirit guide saying you're able to create and re-manipulate the energy in your life, all right, to fulfillment. This is brand new beginnings, all right, and happily ever afters that want to come through for you. Okay, so let's just see what the next 3 months look like once you guys work on that release. Wow. You just got big things, new beginnings, abundance in all areas of life. You rein in your independence, your confidence. You know who you are. All right. You got the success. You got victory coming through with new beginnings. You release the past, you guys. As you release and work on that, you have everything new coming through that just escalates and promotes your individuality and your independence. Okay. So, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care.